Hi everyone, welcome back to Through Alchemy. So, this is a very interesting reading. We're going to find out messages, astral messages from your soulmate. So, this is going to be all about things that are being communicated on the astral realm. If this person has been visiting you, you've been dreaming of them. We're going to find out what's really going on in the 5D. We have three piles from the left to right. Pause if you need a little longer, pick the one which calls your name the most, and I'm gonna begin with pile number one. Hello, pile number one. If you got the card of Rose Child, this is the return of power to all wombs. This is the return of divine feminine play. Wow. I'm feeling like, she's crying. You've definitely been seeing each other in the dream state. I feel like you're traveling to this person, but there's a lot of clearance of the womb, which means that there's ancestral trauma being transmuted. It's not just what has happened to you in this lifetime, it's what has happened to you, your mother, your lineage. And don't be mistaken, because womb is also within men. You're clearing it from your feminine energy. The womb represents the void, which means that you don't actually have to have a womb. You are connected to Mother Gaia, so which is actually helping you purify a lot of ways in which maybe in previous lifetimes you have been a woman and you've been tortured, or you've experienced the dangers of being in a patriarchal society, abuse basically. But it's also the ways in which, as a man, now this person could be a man or you are a man, but what I'm feeling guided to say is the ways in which as a little boy you've seen maybe your mother go through abuse or things that have hurt her that you absorbed. And personally, there's almost like this energy of this person or your inner child coming through. If it's just a little boy that I'm seeing who made a vow or a pledge, he promised himself or his imaginary friends or whatever it is. It's a little boy, right? So no judgment to that. He just said to something or somebody, even it could be a stuffed toy, he just said to himself that I'm not going to hurt another woman just the way I've been hurt. But what happened is that growing up, being overprotective of his mother, having that sort of demeanor, what he learned through his father or other people in his family, is the way in which he ended up treating women. So it's not something that he consciously wanted to do, it's never consciously. We don't, there's a small amount of people that actually get off hurting people, but most of us are unconsciously driven by that behavior. We do it because that's how we learned, and there's so much suppressed energy that this person is releasing. So I'm not sure if this person has hurt you. This is like a collective prayer and an apology that I'm seeing from this person's higher self and that little boy. So this person is actually healing their relationship with their inner child. Page of Pentacles, wanting to communicate, but I don't know what to say. With the sage and all the cleaning, it's actually very beautiful. And this person has a very pure divine feminine energy within themselves, because they want to protect and they want to create this community of sisterhood. Now, it's again, I keep trying to say this because it's almost always reserved for the feminine energy. But when a man shows up with such pure divine feminine energy, it means he's quite in tune. He's been shamed for it. His guy friends have shamed him for it. They try to teach him stupid things, and it's like somewhere he emasculated himself. I'm hearing his manhood. He thought that it's more in the way he shows himself to be macho and be notorious and unfaithful like other guys, but he knew that was not right. But because his attachment, his need for belongingness was being called, he had a natural need to belong in the guy group, right, or have friends like that. He was too young to understand that. That's what I'm hearing. So now he's doing a collective purge. It's also something like this person's inner child is so pure and really, really feels lost in the man that he's kind of become. So he's looking for a way to reclaim those soft parts of himself where he often finds a sense of rehabilitation in women that don't really see him because they exploit his nature or they already have. So he became like this in order to protect himself. So this person's sense of belongingness was, of course, an attachment to the friend group, but his sense of authenticity got ripped away because obviously he was too young to navigate his way through it. So he could have been somebody that was really, really, I'm hearing the word submissive or sensitive when he was young, right? And people tend to call those boys sissy or, too sensitive, boys don't cry kind of a club. And this person is trying to just step outside of it, cancel their membership, and really coming to claim their manhood. But it's a quite a long process. Now I'm hearing something about a 7-year cycle. 7 is a very symbolic number about divinely guided cycles, and it's a very strong karmic cycle. The 9 of Wands in reverse. This is quite the unconscious way in which this person has hurt other women around them, because they were taught in this patriarchal society. The dangers of it is that the ones that are actually soft, want to make a change, are taught from a little age that they're emasculated, or they end up getting emasculated by their male friends. They're seen as gay because they're too feminine, or they embrace femininity, or they're close to their mothers, or they truly see the power of women. And this is not an energy where it's not having his own divine compass, but we're actually talking about a boy. And I'm hearing judgment free zone. It's like he really wanted to just have a place to be his creative self, be soft, but it was ripped away. Something about, again, representation and definitions of manhood were quite exploited around this person. The Tower, so a very strong, what do you call this, foundation is breaking. It's always talking about emotional foundations. Water is about emotion. This is Scorpio energy. It's something that's divinely guided. So I believe that it's possible this person was pulled away from your life because they were possibly going to hurt you, because they were battling with their own demons. 8 of Swords. Jupiter and Gemini. They have to spend a little bit of time in, like kind of like what I'm hearing, like a spiritual imprisonment. It's not something that you can't come out, but it's something that happens because it's taking place internally. So you can't really run. Where are you going to leave your skin? It turns out that wherever you go, you follow, you take yourself, right? And your shadow follows you. So the 5 of Cups is a lot about this person realizing a lot about how they have hurt other people in this war with themselves. This is such a soft read, and it's filled with so much pain but so much beauty in the true masculinity that this person was born with, because we're born with such pure seeds of consciousness. It's absolutely beautiful to channel this. I'm so grateful to hear this, because there are people out there that are shamed for being so beautifully tapped into their feminine energy. If only they were not discriminated for how they are. It seems like this person could have made a lot of change, and they could have been one of those people that would have made a lot of women feel safe. So this person has the card, I'm afraid of rejection. I believe some of you are not gonna buy this information because you've seen versions of this person that have been really detrimental to your mental health. I understand that. I have cried over you. I'm hearing repentance. Please stay in my life. Don't go. Okay, so pile number one, this was your reading, and I hope to see you in another one. Bye bye. Hello, pile number two. So we have light leader. You were meant to forge a new path, be the leader your soul always needed. So this is a happy energy. This is like I'm coming back to you. I'm finding my way back to you. I don't know if a lot of you have been dreaming of each other. You're kind of just winging your way with this reading. You're curious. You want to watch it. I feel that there's something about this energy of caution that's always there with this person, always being so calculative of what am I doing, how am I going to show up. Yeah, the Seven of Pentacles. In this case, with the channeling that I'm receiving, it is about somebody just kind of sitting there thinking about it so much, thinking about what should they put, because they've invested in, really bad relationships or made poor choices. I'm feeling that so strongly. And there's lack of self-trust over here, so they're like, I got this one last attempt in me, I got this one last hope, and that hope is ignited. Well, you know how they say in a romanticized version that it's ignited because you're there, like they're talking about you, they're representing their willpower in terms of you, but it's actually their own hopeful romantic. I'm not going to say hopeless, because they're still hopeful about it, but it's their hopeful romantic, which is like, I still got some fire left in me. They're thinking about what are they going to do. I don't feel like there's a lot of 5D communication. Maybe it's telepathic, that's what you're really picking up upon, but don't stress over it. If you got till here, then this message is for you. Queen of Wands in reverse. This is a controlling, insecure-ish kind of a feeling. It's like this person wants to have fun with you, they want to live life with you, but I have absolutely no idea why won't they let themselves come towards you. Oh yeah, I just said that. They're feeling quite empty. One thing about relationships is you're running with empty fuel. You're gonna find yourself in places where you don't know if you can invest in another person, because if you're looking to invest in relationships, you should have enough so that if things 1% go hey and why, you can fall back on yourself and you can be like, I got you. But if you're running already empty and then you're pouring in there, you're going to find it really difficult to come out of it if 1% it doesn't work out for you, right? So I feel like one thing I do want to tell you is that this person is nearly running empty. It could be like a reserve kind of a situation. They're quite close to a burnout. Usually humans, because we're not cars, we do have burnout, and then we have breakdowns. We just crack open because we're like, enough is enough, I have nothing to give. If this person has responsibilities, they've got bills to pay, like most adults, they've got friends and families that lean upon them. This person can, there are two types of people, reactive or repressive, right? So the reactive ones are going to yell at others, I don't have anything to do. They're going to do it in words that they can communicate that best. And the repressive ones are just going to hide away, they're going to start ignoring people, right? And I feel like this person might be the repressive kind, or the kind that lies, because maybe this person is the kind that's going to tell you like, hey, I can't hang out, and then you're going to see them at the park eating some ice cream because they're really just trying to recharge themselves. No place like home. So maybe you are feeling the draw towards them and they are actually calling you in because you are their soulmate. But I believe that there's something that you cannot ignore. Love and everything is amazing, but when you're actually at an all-time low, it can seem very, very disturbing and demanding, because we're wired to think that this person is going to need something from us, or communication. But most of the times when we're running so low, like you're nearly burnout, then it gets burdensome just to think of those expectations, right? So I feel like maybe this person in their own, I don't know if they've communicated this to you, but if they haven't, I gotta tell you that in their own dismissive manner, they're not coming towards you because right now they don't have anything to give to you. We have the card of soulmate in reverse. So I feel like there's a lot of like doubting the connection. I feel like this person isn't quite 100% sure if you're the one for them, because I feel that by the book in reverse as well, uh the way I'm gonna break it to you is in an honest manner but softly, because this is the energy of someone that definitely feels like they belong with you. They feel so safe, but then a part of their subconscious mind is also like, nah, this is not that great. And I say that by holding your hand, because somebody who's already running at a low, who doesn't feel that good about themselves, is going to tell themselves lies because they know they can't meet you at that level. Something that we do is that we fall in love, or we just get attracted to certain people that reciprocate, or they just represent what we have unconsciously understood as love. And this seems a situation where you may be involved particularly with an emotionally unavailable person right now, and knocking at a door that's not opening is only going to hurt you. So that's what I want to really mention before we move forward. Apart from that, what is spirit trying to tell you? This knowledge, now that I'm reaching the depth of this energy, I feel like you may be receiving signs and messages about, it's not that they don't love you or you're not unlovable. Usually it translates to our little hearts, that I'm not good enough, or what's less in me, or do I need to do more? You don't have to do anything more. You just need to drop all of these conditions and stop taking this person's behavior personally to amplify your own insecurities, because it's got nothing to do with your self-worth. It's just, I'm telling you clearly, they're just burnt out and they need to figure this out themselves, because they know they can't live up to the expectations you're gonna have, and you're very rightful in your own space to ask for those. There's nothing wrong for what you're asking. Okay, we have the throat chakra in reverse and the Three of Pentacles. Like I said, it's not that they don't want you, it's just the throat chakra being blocked also talks about their uniqueness, their authenticity being blocked. So them telling themselves that you're not their soulmate, feeling something, some kind of way, is just a way to protect their ego, because they don't feel worthy. Throat chakra is the main gateway to your uniqueness, and this person doesn't see their worth. They're just constantly operating out of a narrative that I'm not worthy, and that is something that is the underlying feeling of telling themselves that you're not that important, or downplaying their feelings right now, simply because their ego's got to tell themselves something to not break that illusion so brightly in their face, right? It's gonna really hurt them. Go the distance. See, I feel like you get a lot of mixed signals. Maybe if you're someone that watches a lot of tarot readings, you watch this push and pull kind of an energy. You pick up on this energy, which is very push and pull between the both of you. Cunning stealth. I feel like this person has a lot of sexual energy towards you, because when the heart is closed, it channels through the sacral. So then a lot of love, or perhaps such connections, deep intensity, is channeled through sexual desire, especially in masculine energies. So I'm hearing wet dreams. Six of Wands in reverse. Oh, there's a lot of sexual energy. It is an inflated ego. I do want to tell you that this person consciously tells themselves lies so that they don't have to act upon this connection. Again, it seems like a lack of accountability for their own pain and issues with their self-worth. Okay, so pile number 2, this was your reading, and I hope to see you again in another one. Hello, pile number 3s. This is such an amazing, bright energy, and the card says pure love. Surrender to your own body. Don't be afraid to take up space. You're like really pretty. You're like really pretty. That's what they want to say. You're like really pretty. I'm hearing Armenian. Armenian. I'm seeing all those like Mexican foods, guac and tacos. Somebody could be listening to Bad Bunny. The smile on my face. Shadow. This person is confronting their shadow, and I'm still thinking of Bad Bunny. I feel that this person, jokes apart, is just realizing, and I think that I think they're definitely coming in your dreams. They show up from time to time. Now, this is dependent on who has a dream and when. Because this astral communication shows up when both of you are cloaking your truth and you're not telling each other like how much you're feeling this intense soulmate drawing, soul sucking, life fulfilling, heart pumping kind of desire for each other. It's really intense, but it's kind of in a good way. It like brings alive colors in your life type of a connection, like you want to be in love type of connection. I'm hearing Elvis Presley. Aquarius, we have progressive imagining. So this could also definitely talk about self-pleasure before you doze off. And that's when this person ends up getting like wet dreams of you or shows up, because I feel that they're not able to access you physically and there's some sort of divine orchestration that I'm picking up. This is a really naughty energy. Nine is, I'm telling you, they think a lot about you before they doze off, so they end up just maneuvering and like festering thoughts, and then they show up, when you're sleeping, and you know that they're thinking of you so much. Magician in reverse, because they feel powerless. They felt powerless. They still do right now. I'm hearing when you're watching this reading, whenever you find, yeah, Ace of Wands. I absolutely love it when my cards reconfirm what I'm channeling. Ten of Swords. Oh my god. Nine of Swords and the Ten of Swords. So much pain. They're quite pathetic and miserable without you. In case you didn't know that, and it's not in a good way. Because this is some real dreadful shit. Like, I got mental health issues because my spirit is like, okay, we're gonna have a cleansing phase. We're gonna clean out everything because I want to go through a power through now. And that's what their spirit is like. Okay, we're gonna pump out all the toxins now. So this type of awakening can also cause so many physical issues because the body starts what's the word, catching up with the soul frequency. So you have different physical illnesses manifesting, like colds or cough or earache or digestive issues, diarrhea or constipation or leg ache, shoulder pain. Like, all body parts represent some sort of spiritual injury. It can also cause hair fall, so it could be with you or this person as well. Eight of Swords in reverse. Oh my god, there's so many swords, and then there's Aquarius. So I can only imagine why they're showing up in your dreams, or if they are from their higher self. I mean, the first things first is like, you're really pretty. And I think about you a lot, and I'm doing the work so that I can come back to you. You're like really pretty. Pisces, so I feel for you so much. And I'm not able to come forward right now because there are certain like physical pressure points. I'm not purposely like this. I really miss you. I really want to kiss you. The only way I can see you is I access you, and I kind of hope that I can see you in my dreams because it makes it a bit real. If you've been with this person and there are like subconscious things, like, you have history with them, then you've actually absorbed information, right? You've lived with them, you've touched them, you've kissed them, you've hugged them, you've smelled them, you've had the physical experience, if that is there, right? So your subconscious has absorbed those things. So then they manifest from your subconscious in your dreams, because the subconscious is also purging these things out. So it's not always bad. It's just your subconscious also, even through self pleasure, your body is showing you what it's attracted towards, what the primal nature wants right now. Nothing is separated. So, the body, mind, and the spirit, they go together, and mind has different parts of it. So your subconscious and your body both are trying to show you your attraction to this person, right? Because it says surrender to your own body, don't be afraid to take up space. One other thing could be that this person is trying to battle their own fears of worthiness, and that's what the shadow is about over here, because this person wants to get past their fear of unworthiness, or they're clearing it out. It's like, what we're talking about, this power through, I want to clear out all the gutter. This is something that the soul, and when the soul wants to move, the body has to follow, right? I believe this person is definitely following those nudges. I need more time to figure things out, because this is not something small. So when your body is going through a massive upgrade, you're not going to exactly be able to, focus on, okay, should I text her, you're really pretty? No, my world is falling apart. You know what I mean? So this situation definitely needs more. I'd say your person is sensitive, and if you're likely feeling like this, then even you should focus upon it, because when we're in these connections, they are cataclysmic, they trigger our pain, so it's quite a messy situation. We really miss them because it's giving us a heart boner, but then we can't physically fathom being in a relationship because I'm kind of just managing my day to day right now. But then I'm also so attracted to you that I don't want to stay away. So there's like a push and pull that you feel. And then, of course, the dream state becomes an outlet to it. Just see that person, because in real life, you have real commitments and responsibilities. And it seems like this person thinks a lot. Like, they're so thorough with everything. Fish, again, this is an intuitive card. They feel lucky about it. They feel lucky that they have finally met someone that's quite emotionally charged and sensitive as they are. Venus. I love when Venus comes up. So this is Libra or Taurus. There's just something about the Venus energy, not because I'm a Libra, but it's usually because it talks about then the self-worth and give and take, and there's a reciprocity at hand. This person seems like they feel very responsible towards you, and whatever measures they take towards you, I'm hearing we're gonna be all right. Two of Cups. Feeling like an equal, feeling like we can really make this happen together. They recognize you, they feel like they're a match. This could indicate a choice. However, I don't feel like it's about another person. It's just probably a question about when should I come forward, when do I feel stable enough to make this change or take this a bit ahead. What do I really feel like doing? It is quite intuitively driven, because they're learning to surrender to their own divine intelligence rather than what their ego says. I do believe this person may have thought previously. Receptivity again. It's quite a lovely spread over here. Become open and receptive to the healing, love, support, guidance that the universe has to offer you. All is working out for the highest good. What I was about to say is that it may have been quite a fear that it's time sensitive, I may lose this person. They're learning to trust that, I'm doing a good thing. I'm really working on myself, and I'm trying to make sure that this lasts, it doesn't fizzles out. Okay, so pile number 3, this was your reading, and I hope to see you in another one. Bye bye.